Oh, right. The next screen is just more greenery and characters and everything. I totally thought I was diving headfirst into battle. We'll see how many people I say goodbye to on the way out. I'm kind of curious if any of them will be missing. Oh, this seems like that's opening up for a few of them at least. So maybe this will be the big farewell to each character. I thought there'd be an epilogue. I thought that was what those codex entries meant, but maybe we say goodbye, have one last talk with each of them right now.
Then he took the Fae by its fangs and said, "You will harm no one ever again." And he breathed fire onto it.
Are you sure it's wise for the children to be here?
Vince said she saw all the armies marching through the streets and knew something was wrong. She wanted to bring them here to see me in case... Well, here they are.
Olana seems to be well.
I don't think she's fully comfortable with the idea that her brother was different, or even that I am, but she is making an effort, and that is more than I can ask for.
The children are taking well to her, I see.
She reminds them of Jaxus. She tells stories with the same passion. I don't know if my life will ever be the way it was when he was around, but for now, I think this is more than enough.
All the more to lose, then.
Cicero, what is it?
We've lost the Altus, Calden. Sure, we might have the Melicate, but...
You think I would choose not to follow you?
I wouldn't blame you if you did, seeing as how you now have so much to lose.
Cicero. Tides, you don't understand, do you? It is because I now have what you see that I'm not going to turn away. I owe you everything. You helped me find my brother, helped me grieve his death, helped me accept myself for who I am. I have jumped into wells for you, killed giant rock fae with you, followed you into the lair of cultists and madmen. And I will sail with you to the very end, even if those winds lead me away from the shores of life. On a mariner's moon, this I vow.
Oh, god damn it, that is exactly the kind of dialogue that people say before they die in a story. Hope not. I mixed the two words together into like Cazaris. Calden Azrus, 15. Even till the end, he thinks of those other than himself. If I had met this man in my childhood, I don't think we would have gotten along. His sheer selflessness would have likely annoyed me. I would have thought it was stupid, that it was a weakness to be exploited. But now, here I stand, moments before marching into battle, that might decide the fate of the city for years to come, and I find his willingness to put others ahead of himself refreshing. Even in the face of his own death, he would put the life of someone else above his own. There is an indescribable warmth to it, a certain security and safety that his presence promises. It's easy to take for granted, especially when the winds that blow around you are but calm zephyrs. But when the gales pick up and you find yourself in the heart of a tempest, that is when you find yourself most treasuring that selflessness. For you know that you do not stand alone, and will not ever stand alone, as long as he is around. What I have done to deserve the presence of such a paragon of virtue, I do not think I will ever know. But as the final hour dawns, I am aware that I needn't ever have an answer. All I need is to treasure this friendship while it lasts.
Hey, sir.
Hey, Vint.
I know the city's way steep in it, but I'd wade right through it to see them all so happy.
You drinking again?
Celebrate, sir. One last time. Actually, you deserve it. For a job damned well done. Besides, from the look of things, I think you need this more than I do. You're a good man, sir. I don't know if I've told you that, but you are.
Someone named Vint is drinking. Get it? Can I go up past here? Nope. That's an invisible wall to keep track of. Just doing my best to find everyone I can. Is that everyone? Nope, definitely not. Labora Solis. The Laboris Solis, or the Purple Guild, is a favorite among Umber's citizenry. They serve justice under broken laws and keep their eyes and ears out for the people of the city. Though death lingers around the laborers like a cloud, they are most often a welcome sight. Just 2 more factions to go. I wonder if I'm gonna find them or if I missed them somehow. This is the time to bring them up because they're running out of, this is when everyone's in one place. Wow, this is like a whole offshoot I could have walked past on accident. What's this? Is that another exit, or is that... I'm a little afraid of that because it looks like an exit. Maybe it's a scene transition.
Going on and on about how they kept losing their crescents, and all I could think was fi. Hang on, I'll be back. There you are. I was hoping to catch you.
Don't let me keep you from them. You look like you're getting comfortable again.
What can I say? Family is family. Come on, I have something to show you.
Someone's been hard at work.
Of course. Have you seen the number of questions this investigation has raised? I mean, sure, we are going to war with a madwoman who can create Mascherines, but the bigger picture. A hypothesis on the future of Mascherines and Fae. A proposition on what the Dementicote called a god, Breog. Who is he? What is he?
Amadea.
An extrapolation of the timeline of how quickly we can create Mascherines.
Hey.
What?
For a historian, you're thinking quite a bit about the future.
And why shouldn't I?
Amadea.
I'm serious. These are important questions, Cicero. Questions that we'll need to figure out once this is over.
We?
What? You thought you could get away so easily? You were the one that roped me into this investigation, in case you've forgotten. You're not dropping out so simply.
May not have a choice in the matter. I don't want us to be under any delusions, Amadea.
I'm not. We might not make it out. I know that. I was a mask runner, Cicero. I spent my childhood not knowing if I'd see the sun of tomorrow. But does that make it wrong to hope? To think about the future? To believe that we will have one? You once asked me why I decided to follow you.
And you never gave me an answer.
It's because I believed that following you might somehow have been the key to a brighter future. I'm still holding on to that. Please, don't ask me to let go.
Then, I look forward to hearing your theories, once all this is done.
Yes, once all this is done.
Amadea Invidious 12. The distant future. I find it strange that it's a concept that's only just struck me now. Looking back at my life, I can't remember the last time I sat down and truly contemplated the thought of it. Certainly, I've spent moments planning ahead and anticipating events that were to come, but in my life, I have only ever looked as far as the next milestone, until the end of the investigation, or the end of a contract. And then there would be the next assignment, and I'd look only as far as the end of that. Never before had I tried to envision anything beyond. Even when I joined the Inspectores, I had done so because I thought it would provide me with enough to get by day to day. It would feed me and my family, and that would be all that mattered. We'd get through, extrapolating into the chaos and uncertainty that is the far future seemed not only a worthless endeavor, but a frightening one at that. And now here Amadea is, talking to me about the future, about what we're going to do after this settles. This is the first time the thought has even crossed my mind, that there might be life after this. Perhaps that is because there seems to be a finality to this, an ending of a sort. What form this ending is going to take, I have yet to glean, but I cannot shake the feeling that all we've gone through over the past few days is going to reach its culmination. That what will be left after will not necessarily be worse, but it will be different. There's too much change on the horizon for things to remain the way they are, and if I were to be honest, it frightens me. But perhaps that is alright. Perhaps Amadea's suggestion of holding a future in our sights is wise. if only because it gives you a strength to keep going. After all, isn't that what a dream is? A vision of the future? Its accuracy is not the point. The fact that it can inspire you is. When all this is over, I must see to it that I spend more time with her. It might not be her intention, but I am truly enjoying the little shifts of my worldview that she's affecting. There we go, and that's 3 side characters complete. This entire screen is actually complete now, except for the last Vasco entry. That's freaky. And even that one's like 2, 2, 1. Wow. We're getting really close now. So it's 2, 2, 1. So we have 6 entries left in the game. Here's when we get the big test, which is, did I ever miss a single one? Or did I nail every single one? So there's a blue gleam in the bottom right corner down there that I saw. And it looks like this, but it's not the exit. But I don't trust it, because this is a very linear game, and you don't get to explore really, ever. So seeing that kind of thing bugs me, because it looks like the type of symbol they use to say, continue to next chapter. So I'm going to carefully avoid it until I'm 100% sure I've completed the entire map, because I think it might be a transition between screens. In fact, this is here. Okay, this is here too, so maybe it is an open exploration. Cool. Just wanted to be sure, so that they're letting you wander around freely in a way that they often don't. So I assume Vasco will be over here. I don't know if we'll find 6 entries in here, though. There he is. And there's the entry. One of them. The Midnight Belt is a large body of water that connects the countries of Amber, Lystra, Elysia, Zor, Rune, and Tessera together. It is named after its dark waters that let little light through. The Vegelus believe the reason for the water's dark appearance is the presence of a certain harmless minerals that originate at the bedrock beneath the belt, that drift in the water in a fine cloud of minuscule particles. Interesting. Is the Midnight Belt just a is it just a river or a lake? I honestly assumed it was that it was the name of an ocean that passes between 2 continents, like the Atlantic Ocean or something. I thought it was something huge like that. Maybe it's something more like, I don't know, the Baltic Sea? Is that the right name for it? So there's one floating one in here, one location, which could easily be the last location we visit, so I would not be surprised if a few of these things got left behind. Altus Nobilis, so this one, I don't know what that one is. Yeah, we have no way of knowing what those things are going to be. And Culture is part 1, so who knows? It might be meaningfully reserved to be in slot 1, because there'll be some grand revelation about the world itself in the climax of the story. Maybe.
Come on up, Cicero. The view is fantastic here.
I see nothing but the Midnight Belt.
Ah, yes. The mere sight of mortals.
And you can see more through that cloth?
Oh, no. Not through it. Because of it. See, one thing about having salted is that I see quite a bit more than the rest of you. And these colors fill my vision even when my eyes are closed. And they are beautiful, aren't they, Ole? Pity you can't see them. It has been quite a journey, hasn't it?
To say the least. Do you regret it?
Let's see. I lost my decades-long anonymity that I have literally killed to preserve. I salted and crippled my tongue. But I also found an old, very much missed friend. You decide whether or not I regret it.
The Crown and I just had a meeting.
And?
The knife is my duty to bear later.
Against Lucia?
While the Semora buy me time.
Well, finally. The Crown shows a sliver of intelligence.
You're not upset?
Upset? Ages, Cicero. What are you saying? This is glorious. Now I can be part of the story after we defeat her together. Imagine, the songstresses of the future will tell the tale of how the handsome, witty, charming Vasco Tessitore And his sidekick? Well, ally inspectory gaffer or something, defeated the most heinous of all villains in Umber, with nary a scratch. It'll be beautiful.
But...
And don't even think of telling me not to go. There is far too much fame at stake for me not to.
I won't.
Good. Good.
Well, in his actions so far, it sure seems like salting hasn't been the horrible, crippling experience that people were spelling it out as. Like, he seemed like he was on the verge of death and in some horrible state, and I think the entry about it explained it as like something that was just horrifyingly like crippling and life-ending, and something that no one ever gets back from, and oh my god, it's so horrible. And I'm like, oh, it's like having a stroke, and like how your life's like almost half over in a weird way, and like all these terrible things happen. But in his reality so far, it's like he got a little bit of a speech impediment, but he also gained new senses, which is weird. It's almost like a positive trade-off on some level. Vasco Tessitore 6. Even in the face of danger, the dirge chooses to laugh. I can say with certainty that it is a choice, for I do believe it is unnatural for one to react in such a way. I also believe, however, that it is not impossible to cultivate such a response. That is likely what Vasco has spent his years doing. It is a good way to deal with the tribulation, to laugh at it. It makes the oncoming difficulty no less serious, but it does act as a great defense against the debilitating weight of fear. I do not know if I will ever be able to adopt such a response to strife. I cannot say if it is simply not in my nature to do so, or if it is something that was taken out of me as a child. But that makes me appreciate his levity even more. I know not what awaits us all in the coming hours, but I am glad that I took this moment to be with this man. It is strange how much more a laugh shared with him has prepared me to face what lies ahead than any number of hours practicing the Medea would have. I only hope that it has prepared me enough. There we go. That's our closure on each character, more or less. Now it's just a question of whether or not any of them live or die, and that's totally up in the air. There are 4 entries left in the entire game. How's that for finality? And I won't know until the very end whether or not I missed one. It's gonna hang over my head. But I could totally see the climax sprinkling out 4 entries over time. That'd be reasonable. So did I read the last case notes? Oh, yes. Pretty sure, yeah, I read that entire last note. Alright, now it's time for us to head out. And, see what becomes of us.
Are you ready, Cicero? There's no going back from this point on.
That's like the first time that's come up. Has that been coming up this whole time, actually? I don't remember. It is funny to have such finality to this thing, because there's just not that much you can do. It's not like this game has side quests.
I understand. I'm ready.
Then let us march.
They are coming. You are silent. Do you doubt?
We may have powerful Mascherines, but our numbers. If we had the prerogative. If you...
Do not keep your thoughts from me, child.
If you hadn't told me to leave Razatov's laboratory in the Quiet Order untouched, Cicero would have had no leads. If you hadn't told me to send fewer men to the Conoscenza, to the Cleaver, he would have stood no chance. What is your plan for him?
My child, you must accept.
I have followed you unfailingly, unquestioningly. Yet you refuse to show me the answers, even after everything that I have done for you. Why?
My child. My poor child.
want an answer, not your cold comfort.
You search for peace of mind. The answers and explanations you search for, they will not give it to you. They will only make it worse.
What? What do you mean? Explain yourself!
This is it. We go in.
Luminary, the other guilds have all made it across. Our troops are awaiting your orders.
Tell them to drop the bridges.
What?
We do not board sinking ships, Jadon. That is the way of fools, not the way of our people.
But they're not going to stand a chance without us, and if they want to cross back here, there'll only be a single bridge left.
Which is why you need to find out as much as you can about this Lucia woman. It would be good to know a little bit more about our future friends. After all, if what she wants is for the city to come together, I'm certain she'll appreciate how much easier we made her job.
I understand. I'll give the order now.
We're making good progress.
Don't speak too soon. We need to help the others secure the area, then group up. We don't stand a chance disorganized.
Am I taking control? I'm taking control of him. Well, there's a surprise. So I guess we could have seen that guy's betrayal coming from a mile away, right? Like, that was pretty much guaranteed that was going to happen. Mr. Snidely Whiplash over there. Aside from that, I'm starting to think that Lady has a plan to unite the kingdom, and that plan involves making Lucia this horrible scapegoat, this grand villain for everyone to unite against, and that's actually her plan. She might be specifically wanting Lucia to lose, and that's why she won't tell her ultimate plan, is because her plan is for her to die. But she, in death, unites the kingdom in time for the cataclysm. We'll see. So this guy is a water brand. He has Steam Blast. Tristan launches an icy trail of water at an enemy, dealing damage, stunning it, and activating elemental tags. Ice Wall. Tristan conjures a frost wave that builds up into pillars of solid ice, preventing units and projectiles from passing through. Cold Stream Wash. The caster rushes forward on a trail of water, dealing 15 base damage to enemies in their path. Enemies dealt damage this way deal 75%, turn 75% slower for 3 seconds. Blade Dance. Unleashes a flurry of slashes at the target location, dealing damage to all enemies caught within range. This is neat because he's using the same element as Calden, but he has completely different skills, much like how Amadea has different skills than Cicero does, despite being the same element, which has made their dynamic more interesting. It's good to know that we're not just stuck with there being like 4 copies of characters, and then and everyone else. It'd be a bummer if everyone in the game had to be one of 4 exact copies of characters and there was no other variety. Well, they don't stand a chance in this fight. So there is the main thing. Gotta take a look around, because this stuff fades in when the fight's over. That person's been taken down, unfortunately. Calden could have helped them, but Calden can't heal. I mean, he's not here, and Tristan can't heal.
We're doing well.
There aren't nearly as many of them here as I thought there'd be.
They must be on the way.
I hope so. It means our tactic's working.
And it means we've barely begun. You should keep going. Vicario and Seville might need help.
On it.
What if it's an ambush? I'm thinking two different things. Either there's only a skeleton crew here, so that we all invade the island and then they blow it up or something. If they might obliterate this entire place once we break in, and that sacrifices everyone. Or they're specifically letting people get in easily so they can ambush us from behind. Which would be really easy because all the bridges just collapsed. The only one left is going to be the central one, so they only have one spot to block, so they can stop people's retreats. There's a lot of potential outcomes. Let's go make a mess. Hello. I see you. Oopsie. I've got to highlight the exact enemy or attack nothing. Oh, that's my teammate. Getting thrown off by the variety of people I'm seeing around, and I'm not used to seeing allies in general. Whoops. We're still gonna win either way. Wow. Tiziana's giant cone of fire that goes, well, it's no longer a cone, it's a circle of fire. It's getting a lot more exaggerated. Anyone to talk to back here as you run back? Oh, there's the point to check. Oh yeah, I made one minor change to a character. I had to reload a save because I was starting a new session for recording, and I finally reset someone's skills for the first time. I decided to get rid of Amadea's Burrow skill and replace it with Flint Bolt, which does 40 damage in a line, piercing every enemy, then does 8 bleed for damage per second for 5 seconds, which means that it does its own damage again, but in the form of a bleed. And then it throws a second one afterwards that does half damage, and that's how far we are right now. So that's something new.
Your troops might not have had much experience in a battlefield, but they fight well.
And yours fight like true soldiers. You've done well with them.
Hopefully it'll be enough.
Sir?
What's wrong?
The Dieci.
Do they need help?
They didn't make it across the bridges.
What? Were they assaulted?
No, sir.
Speak up, Alencio. What happened?
They turned back.
What?
None of them crossed the bridge, sir.
This can't be.
It is. My men reported the same thing.
Then we can't turn back.
Do not speak of turning back yet, Valencio. We still have work to do.
Fabio was right. Knowing the numbers that we're up against, we haven't drawn out as many as we need to.
But even if we do...
Tristan, we prepared for this the moment we left the throne.
We did. This is it then. We go all the way.
All the way.
Well, this is gonna be rough. Sir, I will stay and tend to the wounded. May your song remain unsung. Good luck. Everything's a mess here. What? There's random civilians here? On this side of the island? It's a rough place to be right now.
Loud.
As it should be. The more Dactytes that run to him, the better.
For us, you mean?
Cicero, they know what they're doing. Trust them.
I know. But it's difficult, feeling so helpless.
We must endure it. Brecken, are you keeping track?
We'll be there soon. We're just skirting the isle and... Hold!
By the moons!
What's going on?
The mask runners. They must have seen us somehow. They're firing at us from above.
No!
What is it?
One of the bubbles! Gone!
That's dozens.
There's nothing we can do.
Yes, there is.
Celia.
I'm freezing the water around us. It'll buy us some time.
Until what?
Come on, Tristan.
What does happen if a bubble bursts at that altitude? I mean, well, I guess that negative altitude. Technically correct, I guess. Does the explosive, like, decompression, or actually compression, not decompression, I guess, does that just instantly kill them and knock them out or something? Or are they just now swimming underwater and now they're vulnerable, but they have to surface? Because they may not be quite as bad as it seems. Not like it might not be an instant death, although they may be pretty doomed if they're forced to swim to the surface, which means that they're exposed immediately to an army. So I guess there's not a lot of happy endings at that point. By the way, what's this guy's skill? Maelstrom. Conjures a maelstrom at the target location that sucks in enemies within 8 meters for 4 seconds. Oopsie. I will say that I was actually surprised when Tristan never turned out to be an actual party member. It kind of just seemed inevitable at some point. There are a lot of Avatar around here. Just gotta work on who you can. I think our group is more than capable of beating their way through pretty much everything we deal with today, though. Maybe not. That's actually... Ow. 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 Bad example, perhaps? What's down here? Oh. Enemies and... Oh. There's like 2 of them on our team. That's rough. Alright. Focus fire, perhaps. Oh, well, that didn't really work out, did it? That kind of did. One of us can reach them over there. There we go, she's down. Now everyone go after this guy. He seems pretty vulnerable. That seems like a good time. No, come back here. Come back here. There we go, attack from behind. I figure we'll just take out every... Oh, good. There's more down here. What is this place, a theater? It's not a happy place to be. Uh-oh. That's bad for us. I'm trying, but I don't know if this is gonna work out. Oh, jeez. There's my meteor. It's an attempt. An attempt was made. Ah, crap. Ah, crap. Ah, crap. Crap, 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 crap. Nope. What? I'm alive? How is this working at all? Nope. Wow, this is a hell of a scenario. Oh, you have to start all the way over every time. Alright, so what I need to do is I should look for clusters of, oh, that's the primary goal right there. That's where they're killing everyone. I was thinking maybe I should target people who are any groups I can find that are mostly allies. But I'm gonna have to. I gotta rush to that specific location though. That's where the problem's happening. That's where the lives are at stake. All right, this has not been working, so I'm gonna try hugging the left wall. See if I can find groups that have more allies in them, perhaps, if they exist. Oh, there's not any. There's not really much courtyard over here, is there? No, I don't know how I feel about this. I was just hoping to try to take out them in smaller groups if at all possible, but I don't know if that will be possible. By the way, does Tristan have points to spend? I should have checked that. Tristan is not a party member, so I can't spend points. I'm just sort of awkwardly taking control of him for a while. Wow. I gotta say, our tank is not holding in there very strongly. There we go. Just running along the top corners, taking out any groups I can aggro from a distance, because they keep joining the fight, I think. I think that's what's happening. Okay, so there's actually not much here. It's pretty much just those guys, so I guess not.
For the light!
No. You guys get over here. I'm gonna see if I can get us all the way down there. And maybe that'll spread out their party a bit. There we go. Why would you do that? She attacked nothing just now. That was baffling. Don't know if I see my odds as being much better, honestly. I just thought I'd give it a try. Okay, first thing we do in this situation, immediately try to revive. Oh, god damn it! No! No! I finished it, though! Oh my goodness, I hate the revive mechanic in this game. It's really irritating to do. In action every single time, it's really irritating. Come on. Come on. Come on. There we go, they're alive. Doing what I can. There we go, I think I just turned everything around. Just like that. Just had to get a revive off successfully for once. It's harder than you'd think it would be. The revive mechanic feels like it fights you sometimes. There we go. There's even more of you down here though, right? Is there anything stashed up here? Any weird group? Why is there a weird walkway going in this direction? Oh. That must be the exit or something. Like, I must go there after saving Cicero, because that seems like an exit for sure.
The light will cut you down.
So how many of you are down here? Oh, it's just the archers. That was the one tough fight. Now it should be easy. They're just archers. I just stopped using that ice pillar skill on accident. It doesn't help at all. Most of the time.
Let us not be too late.
There we go.
Please.
Skill point. What am I gonna do with that? Nope, that's the only skill point anyone has.
Valencio, we've cleared out the area.
Of all of them?
There weren't that many.
Again. Something doesn't feel right.
Until we know what it is, we should keep moving.
Right. To the bridge.
Well, that should be what the Cicero problem was, hopefully.
Has it stopped? I believe it has.
Then we need to go. We've wasted enough time.
Thank you, Tristan.
How is there an impaled body there? Where'd that specific body come from? I thought everyone was behind us.